You're gonna need 8 deviled eggs for this recipe. If you do the whole thing, 8. 8 deviled eggs. Here, you're gonna devil them, peel them, and here we go. Deviled egg, right? You wanna pat them dry, they need to be dry. Hey Alice, it's okay that you're late. You just missed the history lesson. The other thing you're gonna need is some sausage. Hey Cheryl, good morning. Now I'm using old Jimmy Dean here. So you're gonna need sheets or crescent rolls, but then you gotta pinch it together so you have solid pieces, okay? Now, what I did, you're gonna need 8 pieces, right? So if you cut it, again, cut it in half, cut it in half, cut it in half. There you go. All right, so here's how we go. Oh, and we're also gonna need breadcrumbs. Breadcrumb, look at my pretty bowl. Okay, just plain breadcrumbs. That's what you need, plain breadcrumbs, okay? In a bowl. Let me see if I need anything else. Oh, cooking spray. You're gonna need some cooking spray. This is just veggie, non-stick veggie cooking spray. So there you go. You ready? My hands are gonna be disgusting and you know how I feel about that. There are 32 of you here. Remember, we don't lurk. No lurking. If you're new, please say hello and where you're from. Tell us you're new so that we can all welcome you. Okay? Good morning, Nina. I know, those commercials may be old. Okay, ready? Here we go. The first thing you do is you take your egg, okay? Make sure after you've peeled it, you like take a paper towel or something and make sure it's dry because we want things to stick. Now we're gonna take our patty. Remember I've cut the big tube into 8 because I have 8 eggs. Take your patty. Sounds so weird, doesn't it? Take your patty. Now I'm gonna flatten it out just a little bit, okay? Just so I can get my egg in there. Look at my hand, see? Making it a little wider. I could do this on the board probably, but there you go, okay? Now I'm gonna take my egg and I'm gonna stick the egg on the sausage patty, put it around, pull it up over, okay? See? Gross. You know how I feel about touching meat. Ugh, blah, blah, blah. Hello, darling. Okay, see, there's a little hole, so you gotta keep going. Gotta make sure the whole egg is covered, and then give it a roll, okay? There you go. See? All covered. The egg is covered in sausage. Whoa. Now, we're gonna take this sausage. Now we're gonna take our bowl. I'm gonna tilt you down just a wee tad because I want you to see the bowl, okay? I'll squat. I'll cop a squat. Okay, now I'm putting it in the breadcrumbs and we're gonna roll it in the breadcrumbs. All right, I'm gonna like la la la. Could be fun if you like. Kimberly's from Texas, Darlene's from Michigan. Okay, so you just wanna make sure you coat it with the breadcrumbs. I know this is so weird, right? So weird. Okay, leave it sitting there just for a second. Ugh, gross. Now, we're gonna take, when you cut these into 8s, hey Sherry from Michigan, hey Nancy, good morning. They're gonna be like in rectangles, but we kinda need a square, okay? I'm just gonna set this here. You need a little flour, because we're gonna roll this just a little bit and you don't want it to stick, okay? Illinois, still recovering from Saturday. I know, I have to tell you, I don't drink. I really don't, like as a general rule. I don't like wine. And the only time I really drink, I may have one drink if we go out to dinner or like if I'm on vacation. That's really the only time that's the only time. And so Saturday when we did the sip, don't slurp, oh, I was imbibed. I had to take a long nap in the recliner. I'm just saying. And then I got up from my long nap in the recliner and my head hurt so badly. Okay, so now we have, it's almost a square. Actually, it's a bigger rectangle, but there you go. Okay, so you're gonna take your sausage that's been in the breadcrumbs, put it on the sheet, and we're gonna wrap it up like a little present. One on one side. If you have to pull it, that's okay, but you don't wanna break it, okay? And then close up your sides. Close up your sides. You don't want any of the sausage to be seen, okay? No sausage to be seen, okay? And I'm kind of pulling it all to one end because that's the end that I'm gonna put on the bottom. I'm just telling you, okay? All right, now, see it's kind of not staying together, but that's because I took this out earlier, Okay, now that it's all rolled like this, we're gonna roll it again in the breadcrumbs, but this is kind of dry, so it's not gonna stick. So you gotta put something on here for the breadcrumbs to adhere to, okay? So this is just a paper plate, okay? I'm gonna put it on the paper plate. And then you take your cooking spray and you give it a spray. I'm gonna flip it, because that's the bad side. See, that's the side where I put it all down. Okay, now it's all wet. Ugh. Then put it back in the breadcrumbs, okay? Back in the breadcrumbs. And because you put that cooking spray on there, it's gonna stick to our crescent dough, okay? Now, yeah. Preheat your oven to 375, cookie sheet, parchment paper, and then there you go. You're gonna cook them for about 30 minutes. Halfway through, flip it. I'm gonna tell you that I did not. And so I have an issue, but we'll see that. Hold on, okay, I'm all gross. You know how I feel about all gross. Ugh, all gross, all gross. Let me get this. I have used this since I got it. I think I've had it for, I don't know, over a month. I think I've had this over a month. And I use it every day, and every day it goes in the washing machine. I think Rebecca said these are supposed to be like 15 rolls of paper towels. I'm telling you, if I use paper towels every time, much as I use that, it would have been more than 15 rolls of paper towels. I'm just saying. Okay, so now, I also have to do this. When you cut your sausage to make it a little easier, good morning, Susan. I love parchment paper too. I love parchment paper. Okay, when you're cutting your sausage roll, I found it easier if you'll use your bread knife, your serrated knife to cut down. It's a little easier and the sausage doesn't squish when you're doing it, okay? All right, so I'm moving this over here. Hold on. Moving. Now we have to make a sauce to go with them, okay? Hey, Sharon. Good morning. Oh, I have stuff all over me. Most sauces that go with Scotch eggs, I'm pushing you back up a little bit. Most sauces that go with Scotch eggs require that you cook it on the stove. I'm not doing that. I'm not cooking it on the stove. I wanted something nice and easy to dip my Scotch egg in. And so here's what I'm doing. You don't like heat. You could use like mayonnaise and mustard maybe. I don't know. Go with this. It's not hot. It really isn't. So I've got sriracha mayo, right? Sriracha mayo and maple syrup. Now, don't use pancake syrup. No. Use actually maple syrup, okay? There's a difference between pancake syrup and maple syrup. I'm just saying. Okay, all you gotta do, there we go. I put in 3 tablespoons of sriracha mayo and 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. That's it. Look, you just whisk it all together. Whisk, and poof. We have a yummy, spicy, sweet sauce. How cool is that, right? Okay, I'm gonna put just a little sauce. Look at this, new pattern. Look at that, new pattern. Looks like eyes, doesn't it? I'm watching you. Somebody's watching you. Okay, I'm gonna get my little doodah, and I'm just gonna put, oof. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so now I have, look at that sauce. Okay, but we need a cooked egg. Where is the cooked eggs? All right, hold on. I gotta reach. I gotta reach. Okay, here's my cooked eggs. Look, new platter. It's a star in the same kind. All right, I'm gonna take my serrated knife and I'm gonna cut. We're all gonna see it together. I haven't looked inside. I waited for you. 'Cause I did, isn't that nice? I waited for you. All right, I'm using my serrated knife all the way down. Remember I said you need to turn these? I didn't. So they're a little brown on the bottom, but there we go. Okay, look at that. Look, and there's the inside of our eggs. So it's like the perfect breakfast. You have your crescent roll bread, then you have your sausage meat, and then you have your egg. How cool is that? Isn't that pretty? Oh, cool, 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 right? Okay, so that means we have to taste. Hold on. Let me put my little sauce. Look, come on. You guys are oohing and awing. My little matchy. Look how cute. Look how cute. Okay, I'm gonna taste. Here we go. This little piece is falling off. Oh, my little piece fall off. Okay, here we go. I gotta make sure I get part of the egg. Mm. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. And the sauce, it's like you put hot sauce on your eggs and maple syrup on your croissant and your sausage. So good. Mm. This is like rice pudding. It's kind of rice pudding, but instead of rice, I'm using orzo. Orzo is a pasta. I know, weird, right? Yuck. Nancy said yuck. Was it to the rice pudding? I don't know. Anyway, I'm using orzo. So the difference is orzo, of course, looks like rice. You see how the grains look like rice? But it's actually a pasta, okay? And so I thought, wouldn't that be cool to use the rice pudding recipe, but actually use pasta? So guess what we're doing? We're doing that. You don't like it, you don't like it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, I can't make everybody happy, can I? Okay, a lot of rice pudding recipes call for cooking for 30 minutes in a pot, and you gotta stir it all the time. And, you know, come on, really? Never heard of orzo. Orzo is a small pasta that looks like rice. And I don't want to stand over there and stir for 30 or 40 minutes. I just don't. And then the other thing a lot of the recipes call for are egg tempering. We have to temper the egg, and I don't want to do that either. Really lazy. I've told you several times I am lazy. So here we go. This is what we're going to do. And then we'll talk about fun stuff as you go. I'm going to use pre-cooked orzo, because if you use uncooked orzo, you still have to do the stirry thing. It's easier, really, just to put it in a pot and boil it ahead of time, and then you can just spider it out, okay? So, well, or maybe I left it in here too long. Hold on. So I want you to see the difference in size. Okay, I'm gonna lift this out. You see how small that is? Wait, small that is? Okay, now look at how big that is. Do you see? Maybe if I do it this way, can you see how much it puffs up? I mean, it really gets a lot bigger. A lot bigger, okay? So I need never mind, I got it. Here we go. I was gonna spider it, but all the water's been absorbed, so there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put my orzo in a saucepan. It's my purple saucepan in the shape that, oh my gosh, isn't that weird? I love this. I love this shape. Okay, so I used 1 cup of uncooked orzo, and I just cooked that. So you can see it's big and huge. And so I think that'll make the rice pudding much softer, right? I think it'll be a softer texture than the rice. Okay, that being said, what do I need to add? Okay, I need to add 3 cups, because I'm doing it pre-cooked. This is a recipe for pre-cooked. So if you decide you want to stand over there with uncooked orzo, that's totally different. So don't do it that way. Wait, Joanne, I'm getting there. Okay, we're going to need, this is what we're going to use. I only have 2% milk, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use 1 cup. We need 3 cups of dairy. So whatever dairy you're going to use, right? So I'm going to use 1 cup of milk, because I have 2%, and there you go. Because that's what everybody in the house likes. It is what it is. I know, Donna, isn't it great? I love this pan. And then I'm going to use 2 cups of half and half. I know, right? Because I would prefer a full fat. So there we go. Because it's a dessert, hello. So we have 3 cups of dairy. I did 1 cup of 2% and 3 cups of half and half. Here we're using regular. Maybe you use 2 cups of milk and a cup of half and half. But I want this to be rich. Now, again, most recipes call for just white sugar. I like to have a little different flavors going on. So what I've done is I've got 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar that I'm gonna put in. And I've got 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Remember, you pack your brown sugar. So there we go. Because I want some different flavors, okay? We're gonna need a pinch of salt. Why? Because it doesn't matter if you're doing a sweet dish, you still need some salty in there to bring the flavors out. And then the last thing I'm gonna use is a 1/4 teaspoon. Actually, no, I'm gonna use a 1/2 teaspoon because I really like of my Saigon cinnamon. If cinnamon is not your thing, you can use nutmeg. You can use pumpkin pie spice. You could use like a 1/4 cup of cinnamon and a 1/4 cup of nutmeg. So wholly up to you, okay? All right, so everything's in there. Did you notice no eggs? That's right, no eggs. All right, so I'm just gonna give this a stir because you know all my cinnamon is sitting on the top. Well, that's okay with me. It'll all get in there. All right, now I'm gonna go put it on the stove. Be right back. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to go back and forth because I'm gonna have to stir, but that's fine. I just don't want my orzo to stick to the bottom. If we were gonna do this with uncooked stuff, we have to cook that for 30 minutes. But because my orzo is already cooked, it's like 10 minutes. So that's much better, don't you think? Because you know me, chitty chat. Okay, so before I go on with my chitty, I got more chitty chat. So you guys know I'm the crochet lady. I love to crochet. And usually I only make things that I give away. So like the charities that we support. But I have to show you what I made. Whoops, there we go. It's a little like shawl thing. Ta-da, let me do. But the coolest thing about this shawl, I really like this. The coolest thing about this shawl is that I have pockets in it. Can you see the pockets? Look, let me do this. Ta-da-da, ta-da-da. See? Cool, huh? Na-na-na. So anyway, there we go. Cool. You're gonna ask me where I got the pattern. I'm gonna tell you I didn't use a pattern. I just made a shawl and then I made squares and then I sewed the squares on there. Sorry. See, Nancy, I knew you were gonna ask me for the pattern. I didn't use a pattern. I just made a shawl and then I made some squares and then I crocheted the squares on. So there you go. Anyway, my crochet thing for today. I had to finish this and a baby blanket because a friend of mine is having a baby. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna stir and then I'll be right back.
La la la.
Medium-high heat, okay? Medium-high heat. Let's talk about stuff when you're making either regular rice pudding or the orzo rice pudding, okay? The great thing about rice pudding is you can use leftover rice. However, if you're gonna make rice pudding instead of orzo pudding, make sure you don't use like seasoned rice. So like when we go to the best thing, love your shawl pattern of crochet. Yeah, I know there's no pattern. I just made a shawl using corner to corner crochet, and then I made 2 squares using corner to corner crochet, and then I just whip stitched it on. So there you go. Anyway, when we order Chinese food, it would be really great if somebody ordered plain white rice, but nobody does, because that used to be the best thing. Like if they sent you the thing of white rice, you always knew you could make rice pudding because hello, cooked rice. So there you go. I could make it into 2 big pot holders, Joanne. That's funny. Anyway, don't use fried rice to make rice pudding. Also, if you made rice the night before and you put things like garlic or parsley or cilantro, I mean, you know, anything, those savory flavors, that is not going to make a good rice pudding. Please do not use that. You can use minute rice, and so that cuts some time if you're actually using rice. I just thought it'd be real cool to do orzo, right? Because it's not rice, it's a pasta. Of course, you keto people are going, the rice is better for me. I shouldn't eat pasta because of the carbs. I'm sorry. I'm just trying new stuff. Anyway, then the other thing is you want to use equal parts rice and or pasta and milk. And you're going to say, but Cindy, you used 3 cups of dairy and you started out, I cooked 1 cup of orzo. Now, the 1 cup was uncooked. That 1 cup of orzo actually makes right at 3 cups of cooked orzo. And so that's what makes it even, right? So same amount of dairy as you have orzo, or rice if you're making rice. Hold on, I'm stirring. Oops, hold on, I have cinnamon on the sides of my pan. I don't want cinnamon on the sides of my pan. I want cinnamon in my stuff. Okay. All right, so we got our rice or our pasta. We have our equal parts of milk and either rice or pasta. And then you know, maybe you need to sweeten as you go. So I like things really sweet. I mean, you guys got to know that after watching, right? I like sweet stuff. And so I did use a half a cup. When you figure we have 3 cups of what's going to be our creamy stuff, and then I used a half a cup of sugar, basically. So you can cut that down. If you're like, Cindy, that's just going to be way too sweet for me, use a 1/4 cup, right? You can just use white sugar. I mean, wholly up to you. Don't forget that pinch of salt. That salt is very important because, again, salt is a flavor enhancer. Even if you say I have high blood pressure, that a pinch of salt is not gonna hurt you. It's not. I mean, I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, come on. It's a pinch of salt. And I want you to have some fun with flavors. So you saw that I put that Saigon cinnamon in there. Again, if you're new, I know I'm like a broken record, but when I find new spices, I'm like, oh, what else can I make with it? And my friend Joanne, who's on here, is the one that turned me on to this. This is the Saigon cinnamon, and she got it at Costco. But I think you can get it at the grocery store, just not in, you know, mongo amounts. I mean, this thing was up to here, so I have used quite a bit of it. Hold on, I gotta start. Okay, anyway, regular cinnamon is like listening to piano. Saigon cinnamon, oh, I'm just telling you. Hold on. It's like the full orchestra. It is awesome. But anyway, I want you to, if you don't like cinnamon or you want something different, try nutmeg. Try cardamom. We're going to do a show on cardamom soon. Try, like I said, nutmeg. The pumpkin pie spice. Chinese 5-spice. That would be, you could use some grated orange zest, some grated lemon zest, or grapefruit zest. I mean, that'll brighten it up a little bit. I'm not doing that, but you could do it, right? And if you like something a little more texture, then you want to add like raisins or figs. Now, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to add those right now. So I'm using golden raisins because I think golden raisins are all that in a bag of chips. But of course, raisins are all, you know, right? Like me now. Ooh. So if you pour hot water, okay, so this is one of my bistro mugs. I know, you know, I have way too many, right? But the thing I like, and I feel bad about saying this because I know Rebecca doesn't have any right now. These are little coasters, but I've never used this as a coaster. I've always used this as a spoon rest or to keep my coffee or tea hot because it fits perfectly on top. Look at that, see? So I put a half a cup of golden raisins in here, and then I just put, again, I have no spoon. I'll just use this fork. And then I put boiling water on top. And so they plump up quite a bit. They're quite plumpy. So now I'm gonna go pour these plumpies into the pot. Be right back. I can't splash. I wanna make sure I don't splash myself. Okay, plumpy raisins. Come out of there, little raisin-y. Okay, give it another stir. Okay. So anyway, if you don't like raisins, don't put raisins in. If you like, you do any kind of dried fruit, figs or dates or, you know, whatever you like. Be imaginative. Now, most rice pudding recipes, remember, we're not making rice pudding, we're making orzo, but same principles apply, call for an egg. And what you do is you leave out some of your dairy and you put usually it's like an egg yolk and then 1 egg. And you put that in and you whisk it, and then you have to temper. So once this is coming up to a boil, then you take like a ladle full and you whisk in. And then you put in another ladle full and you whisk in. And then once that's tempered, so you don't have scrambled eggs, you pour it back into your pot and you whisk again. Really? Lazy Cindy is not interested in any of that. So to compensate for that, because there won't be any egg in here. Here's what I'm gonna do. You need unsalted butter. Does it really matter? Probably doesn't, but I'm gonna use unsalted butter. Anyway, and you need a tablespoon of unsalted butter, okay? I love butter. I mean, everything should come with its own measuring thing. I just think that that's like the best thing ever. Everything should come with its own measuring thing. So we're gonna need 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm just gonna set that right there for now. And we're gonna need a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. We're 1 day away. Couldn't I use the vanilla that I made? 1 day. You think 1 day makes that big of a difference? Nope, not gonna do it. Gonna use just plain old, cheap, icky vanilla, okay? But the butter and the vanilla are gonna go in very last, and it's gonna go in after I take it off the stove, okay? Let me stir again. Okay, it smells delightful. I just need it to boil. Hold on. And we're almost there. Now, the great thing about rice pudding, do it. I know, so bad. Do it, you really think I should, but then that'll kind of spoil the surprise for tomorrow. Let's take a vote. Should I open one of the homemade vanillas 1 day early, or should we wait for the surprise for tomorrow? I'll let you decide. It's a community, it's a family. My homemade vanilla is on day 5. Oh, I'm glad, Debbie. I'm so glad. Okay, so we'll vote. It's a family. I know it says Cindy's kitchen, but your family. So you get to decide. You get to help me decide. Gail says wait. Resist the urge. Do not open. Oh, wait till tomorrow, Nancy says. Wait. Oh, okay. All right. Eileen says wait. I'm like a small child, aren't I? Come on, let's open it. Please, I want to open it. Okay, well, and Melinda says wait, even though she told me to do it earlier. And Lisa says wait. You guys are still in, oh, Joanne, finally, I'll wait. Oh, knowing me, I'd wonder if it'd been better if I'd waited. Oh, wait. Okay. It's unanimous. I feel like I'm such a bad person. I'm like a small child. Let's taste it. Okay, we'll wait. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay, let's see. You can also, here's another cool thing with rice pudding or orzo pudding. If you want to be really adventuresome, you can, you're the preacher's kid. Yeah, I know. You can make chocolate pudding, right? Chocolate rice pudding or chocolate orzo pudding. And all you have to do that is stir in, I want to make sure everything's going okay over there. Stir in a spoonful of cocoa powder, or you can use like chopped up dark chocolate, or you can do both, right? That's as well it is. Instead of vanilla extract, you could use almond extract. That would be good. Or instead of that, you could use some kind of liqueur. So you could put like a splash of amaretto or Bailey's or frangelica. I love frangelica. Does anybody else like frangelica? So good. Oh, frangelica is like my favorite thing. There are not enough recipes for frangelica. It was like a hip thing, I think the 70s. Everybody was drinking frangelica in the 70s. And then maybe the first of the 80s, and then it kind of went away. Most people don't even know what frangelica is anymore, but it is awesome. It's like one of my faves. Frangelica is. But anyway, that or Grand Marnier. So you can put any of those liquors in there. So when you're thinking about rice pudding, maybe you got meat. Oh, I got you at amaretto. Yes, amaretto is awesome, right? So anyway, either way. Okay, I'm stirring. Oh. Look at that. Oh. Over the top. Do you see that? It was boiling. Over the top, it was boiling. Oh my goodness. Can you smell it? Oh, can you smell it? Look. Oh, so good. Can you smell? Okay, now I know you're going to look at this and go, Cindy, that's a little liquidy. And it is. It is. Watch or just, somebody else. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to add our butter. Butter. butter, okay? Because we've taken it off. We're gonna stir so our butter can melt. Okay, I'm using this now as a rest. Okay, now we're gonna add in our vanilla, our cheap, crappy vanilla. Tomorrow, we have to come up with lots of fun and exciting recipes. All right, that's a half a tablespoon. That is not the one I want. Oh, I'm almost, there we go. Teaspoon. The longer this sits, the more it will thicken up and the sauce is gonna get really thick. That being said, if you make this and then you put it in the refrigerator and you go, you know what, I'm putting 1.5, okay? If you put this in the refrigerator and then tomorrow you want it and you go, it's kind of like too congealed. You just add a little milk. When you stick it in the microwave, add a little milk, give it a stir, it'll all be good and well, okay? All right, even though it's not great vanilla, it still smells really good. Okay, the butter is melting. I always like this. Do you eat oatmeal or malto-meal or cream of wheat? My favorite is malto-meal. That's what I grew up on. I can't stand, as a general rule, oatmeal is not my thing. And cream of wheat never did it for me either. But malto-meal, ooh, I'm a big malto-meal fan. But I may be a big malto-meal fan because I put butter and a lot of sugar and milk. That's why my mom made it for me. Which episode was your homemade vanilla again? Annette. It was June 24th, I think. I think it was June 24th. Go back to June, because that's when I think that it was. June 24th. I'm pretty sure. Okay, so it's a very milky, the longer that it sets, you love cream of wheat, malt. See, good. Oh, yay, Cindy. It's a Cindy thing, malt. Irish oatmeal. I don't know what that, I do know what that is. It's a bigger cut. I know what that is. Never heard of malto-meal? Oh my gosh, oatmeal, cream of wheat, malto-meal. Okay. All right, so this really needs to sit, hold on. Oh my gosh, so good, so good. Hold on. It really needs to sit, right? I would actually let it set for about 15 minutes and everything will not be so liquidy, but here you are. And you're gonna say, but Cindy, I need a taste. So, it was July 24th. That can't be, no, it's not. Must be June 24th. Jessica just wrote on there July 24th, but it's June 24th. Never heard of malto-meal. Oh my gosh. I'm using my favorite little bowl. Look how pretty, Southern Belle. Tonight is Tuesday. Tonight's Tuesday. Rebecca's live is tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, if you need some Polish pottery. Okay, so again, I really would let this set so it would thicken up just a little bit more. But for the purposes of you, because I love you so much and you're gonna be going, taste it, what does it taste like? I need a spoon, there we go. Okay, see, there we go. So hot. Oh, and look, there's a raisin. Life is good. Orzo, raisin, look at that. You can eat Orzo pudding, rice pudding, whatever, hot. You can eat it cold. You can eat it room temperature. It lasts probably 5 days in the refrigerator. All's good and right. I gotta blow. Ready? I'm gonna burn my tongue. Okay, here we go. Okay. That is so much, okay, from mine. I know you're gonna say, but that's not the way I've had rice pudding, and so you're not gonna like it. But I'm gonna tell you, I like this so much better than rice pudding. I like the texture better. I like it better. Yay me. Okay, I've never made it before. I've made rice pudding a bunch, but I've never made it with Orzo. And I'm glad I did. I like that texture. I know that you may be going pasta but you know, we made kugel and it was fine. Okay, if you're watching after the show is over, don't forget to put #replay. Tomorrow's the big day. Tomorrow's the vanilla reveal. I have it right down here. Look at that. We're gonna open them up and taste them. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna make with them. You guys have an awesome day. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed on our YouTube channel, please do. We'll have lots of fun tomorrow. So from my kitchen to your kitchen, I hope you've enjoyed our, ooh, let me reach. Oh, look how beautiful that is, right? Look how beautiful. Our Scotch eggs, crescent, sausage, hard-boiled egg, and our little dippy sauce of sriracha mayo and maple syrup, and of course my beautiful little platter. And then of course, our Orzo pudding instead of rice pudding. Oh, so good. I hope you guys had a great day. From my kitchen to your kitchen, may your day be filled with some yummy flavors. I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 o'clock for our big vanilla reveal. Have a great day. Bye-bye.